Now to Will Perry, whose story has been viewed millions of times online, even attracting the attention of the Prime Minister. Well, today the Paralympian took his quest to raise awareness about dwarfism into the classroom, talking to students and staff in Towcester about the abuse he's received. Here's our sports reporter, James Burridge.
Out of the pool and into the classroom for Will Perry, educating this group of teenagers about disability and its impact.
I'm here today because I really want to educate the younger generation about my campaign and what I'm fighting so strongly for. I've come to talk about the abuse of dwarfism, my experience at the Paralympics, and how we all feel generally as people with dwarfism. And I love to also get their own mindset on what it's like when they see someone wandering around with dwarfism, their opinions on bullying, abuse.
2 weeks ago, Will spoke to us about the abuse he continues to receive, and his story went viral. So how do these students feel such cruelty can be stopped?
I think it's just the hive mentality that a lot of teenagers have. They want to impress their friends and they want to be a part of the group. And I think once we sort of eliminate that and tell people that it's not cool and it's not going to impress people if you discriminate against people, then I think that's how we can eliminate this.
If we all put our mind to it, and if we all think it's just not right, we shouldn't be doing it, it should be pretty easy. But for others, I think they just think they're better than other people, and I think that will be hard for them to get their head around it.
When Will was a teenager, he was repeatedly bullied at school. His family want to make sure other children with disabilities don't suffer similar hurt.
I always thought that, well, bullying is easy to deal with, school just needs to sort it out, but I think it's more complicated than that. It would definitely leave you feeling powerless. You can deal with practicalities, you can make things better yourself, you can make things work for you as a family, but when something's out of your control like that and it's making him miserable, that's probably the hardest. But if children can grow up knowing what it is, why people are small, like Will, understand that actually it's a medical condition and it causes medical problems too. It's not just about being small.
But there is hope. This week, Will held a meeting with the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, Sir Keir Starmer, who have backed his campaign. In a statement on Twitter, Boris Johnson said it was heartrending to hear about the bullying and abuse that Will has experienced. There is no place in our society for the mockery and abuse of people living with dwarfism or any other disability or condition.
He really sat down, looked me in the eye, and was genuinely saddened by what I had to say, and he offered me his full unconditional support, which is more than I can ever ask, which means it reaches far more people than it could ever have done. So I'm flattered, I'm blown over.
Will has been inundated with support these past few weeks, and he wants to organise more school visits like this to spread his message. James Burridge, BBC Look East.
He is just the most inspirational man, isn't he?